What is up? What is up? The fugitive. We got YouTube. I'm reading the thing that came out of my mouth. What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. I gotta do that part. Gotta do my signature, right? Check this out, man. I can't hear with these headphones on this side. FBI announces arrest warrants for celebrities exposing the Epstein list. Now, you know we ain't been covering too much on the Epstein list, but man, when this came across my desk, I said, man, I'm down for this. Hey, y'all check out our Patreon, man. We are trying our best to raise money to help feed people. We did a food drive that's up there on in the Philippines when I was on in the Philippines. We gave away rice and different things. I love the beautiful little babies, man. I was up there playing with the baby and stuff, and the baby wasn't even looking at me. I'm like, man, I'm funny. You ain't looking at me? Anyway, so we got videos and different things up there for the patrons only. We're only asking for like $3. We ain't trying to kill nobody. Help support somebody that's help people, man. Help people. That's a little unfortunate to you. Than you. We not rich, but I try to add to it, and we go and bless somebody and try to help somebody out, you know. So it's growing quick. I thank all the patrons. Thank everybody who already gave. If you can't give and you still want to help, you can watch the videos all the way to the end. Donate. Listen to me. If you can't give, if you can't donate, you can comment, like, subscribe, share the videos, comment, share the videos on your Facebook, different things like that. Maybe somebody can see the video from your Facebook. They'll come a Patreon and they might donate $100 or something. Who knows? So you can help by actually sharing the videos, leaving comments. Hey, Mike, I like to help. Right now, I'm a little Trump myself. Who knows? We might end up blessing you. You know what I'm saying? So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if that's the least you can do. I appreciate it. Love all my subscribers. I love everybody who just watched the videos. Love all my haters. Thank you, haters. My haters is the fuel. That's the turbo to make this engine work. My haters are the fuel when I don't feel good and I don't want to come down here and I don't want to sit here like right this second. I want to go upstairs and lay down. But we got 25 minutes before I lay down. Yeah. So FBI announces arrest warrants for celebrities exposed in Epstein's list. We've been trying to get to what's on that list. So let's see who's on the list. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out. As you know,
we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office and before 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 was in there. So I ended up getting about 120 pages.
The wait is over, and the long-awaited list of people linked to the business mogul Jeffrey Epstein's criminal case have been made public by Attorney General 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦. People have been named, warrants have been issued, and we are about to witness the arrests of some of the hidden names connected to Epstein's massive pedophile network. Named celebrities on Epstein's list receive arrest warrant. 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦 rocked the world of the elites by leaking Jeffrey Epstein's contact list, exposing ties to some of the most powerful and well-known figures. The list, long shrouded in secrecy, has resurfaced with names that no one expected, proving that Epstein's influence ran deeper than most imagined. Now, people are scrambling to make sense of it all, questioning Bondi's motives and the potential fallout for those exposed. Bondi, known for her fearless legal career and controversial choices, has once again found herself in the spotlight. As Florida's Attorney General, she built a reputation for taking on high-stakes cases, and this move aligns perfectly with her bold approach. But even for her, this is a game-changer, one that raises ethical concerns about whether such a leak was justified. And the list? It's a roll call of the rich, famous, and influential, featuring some of the last names you'd expect. Among the most shocking, Madonna, Leonardo DiCaprio, Elton John, pop legend Michael Jackson, and actor Alec Baldwin. While the list's authenticity is still under review, its mere existence is enough to send the internet into overdrive. But the million-dollar question remains: why are they on this list in the first place? Epstein, a financier with a dark past, was known for his extravagant lifestyle and high-powered friendships. His arrest and suspicious death left behind a trail of unanswered questions, especially about who was in his inner circle and how much they knew. If this leak is legitimate, it could crack open the case in ways no one expected. Michael Jackson's inclusion on the list is particularly intriguing. The late king of pop, who passed away in 2009, already had a complex and controversial legacy. Now, people are left wondering what, if any, connection he had to Epstein and how this revelation might reshape his posthumous reputation. For now, the fallout is real. Some celebrities have rushed to deny any connection, while others are staying suspiciously quiet, maybe hoping the storm dies down. Now that the list has been leaked, it seems like there is an even increased pressure on Pam Bondi and the FBI to provide the missing information confirming the connection of the listed people to Epstein's crime. Are we about to witness a trove of arrests in the celebrity world? But here's the catch. While the files named big names, they stopped short of proving any direct wrongdoing. The leak wasn't the smoking gun many had hoped for, but it cracked open the door to more questions than answers. The release was seen as a step toward the transparency people had been demanding for years, but it wasn't without complications. The files were heavily redacted, with victim names and sensitive info blacked out to protect their privacy. While necessary, these redactions only fueled more speculation, leaving the public wondering who else might be hidden in the shadows. Social media is ablaze with theories, from whispers of hidden networks of influence to claims that the whole thing is just a coincidence. The absence of hard evidence leaves room for endless interpretation, and the public is hungry for anything that might bring some clarity to the chaos. Adding to the mystery, the list doesn't just feature celebrities, it throws political figures and business tycoons into the mix. The bizarre combination of names has people speculating about potential backdoor ties between entertainment, politics, and big money. Are we looking at a glimpse into an elite power club, or is this just a meaningless collection of names? After receiving fierce backlash from the public, Pam Bondi has now turned to accuse the FBI of hiding crucial information from the Epstein files that was shared with her. The former Florida Attorney General, known for her no-nonsense attitude and willingness to wade into controversy, has dropped a bombshell. She's accusing the FBI of sitting on investigative files that could blow the Epstein case wide open.
As you know, we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office, and before 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 was in there. So I ended up getting about 120 pages.
Bondi's accusation isn't just a causal claim, it's a direct shot at one of the most powerful law enforcement agencies in the world, and it's got everyone, from Twitter sleuths to seasoned journalists, buzzing with questions. Is the FBI really hiding evidence? And if so, who are they protecting?
We carefully redacted them, of course, to be sure the 254 young girls, women who are victims of crimes and their personal information was redacted and out of there to protect them. So I'm going through it and I kept saying, there has to be more, there has to be more.
Bondi's latest claim suggests we've only scratched the surface. According to her, the FBI has more files that could name names, expose deeper connections, and unravel the full extent of Epstein's operations. The implication that the government might be playing gatekeeper, deciding what the public gets to know and what stays buried. This claim is even more suspicious given how Bondi said that the file was sitting on her table and its release would make you sick and be an explosion of the depravity that happens in the celebrity world. If this was just the beginning, what else could be lurking in the shadows? The FBI caved under pressure. Elon Musk even had to openly defend AG Pam Bondi's move to release the list, regardless of how it lacked the information the public wanted. When a user claimed Bondi was facing resistance from within the Department of Justice and the FBI, Musk retweeted a post that states that AG Pam Bondi is fighting a leftist culture within the DOJ and FBI. Give her a chance. She is not hiding anything. She is not covering up Epstein. She wants the info released. She knows her reputation is on the line. Musk didn't stop there. He went on to compare Bondi's position to captaining a ship with a hostile crew, emphasizing how difficult it is to navigate government bureaucracy while pushing for change. His words resonated with those who believe the justice system is riddled with internal conflicts and power plays. Still, Musk's endorsement did little to calm the storm. If anything, it added more fuel to the fire. The public remains fiercely divided, with some believing Bondi is genuinely fighting for the truth, while others see this as a carefully controlled leak meant to placate public pressure without exposing the full extent of Epstein's connections. Pam Bondi's investigation has turned the heat up on the FBI, with insiders whispering about thousands of documents locked away in a New York field office. The idea that crucial evidence might be collecting dust in a government vault has infuriated people worldwide. It reeks of a cover-up, and in an era where public trust in institutions is already hanging by a thread, this only deepens the divide. Social media is ablaze with theories. Some say names were intentionally scrubbed to protect elite figures. Others believe the FBI is strategically drip-feeding information to control public perception. The missing victim names aren't just an administrative blip, they represent silenced voices. Epstein's victims have fought relentlessly to be heard, their testimonies crucial in exposing the sinister underbelly of his network. Leaving their names out feels like erasure, like yet another slap in the face to people who endured unimaginable trauma. For advocates, it's a brutal reminder of how systems designed to deliver justice can also protect the powerful. Meanwhile, Bondi remains undeterred, promising to dig deeper into the mess. She's publicly demanded a full, unredacted release of the documents, vowing not to back down until the truth comes out. Her defiance has won her both praise and criticism. Some hail her as a warrior for justice, while others accuse her of grandstanding. But whatever her motives, her investigation has cracked the door open, and people are pushing to tear it off its hinges. And the timing of the document release couldn't be more dramatic. The FBI's forced compliance, thanks to relentless pressure from Senator Blackburn and Bondi's legal siege, has turned this case into a symbol of public versus power. It's not just about Epstein anymore. It's about the institutions that protected him, the people who turned a blind eye, and the systemic rot that allowed his crimes to fester. Senator Marsha Blackburn has been relentless in her pursuit of transparency.
But I think having transparency around Jeffrey Epstein's conduct and this massive trafficking ring that he built is important.
She's been publicly calling out the FBI and IRS, demanding they release the full, unredacted records. Her push gained traction when 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 was sworn in as the new FBI director.
People need to know who was on those planes and how often they were on those planes. I think people who invest in companies would want to know if there are people from their C-suite. And as we go through this, should those logs be made public? They've been heavily redacted.
But that's not all. Blackburn is making a direct appeal to release surveillance footage from Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, footage that could provide crucial insights into the twisted activities that allegedly took place there. She's convinced that the American public deserves nothing less than full access to the entire trove of material that might expose the full extent of Epstein's operations. The senator's determination is fueled by the voices of survivors who have long demanded justice. For Blackburn, it's all about holding the powerful accountable, ensuring that those who may have enabled Epstein's horrific crimes are unmasked. While redacted versions of the flight logs and the Black Book have leaked before, she insists that the public deserves the unvarnished truth, with every name and detail laid bare. But Blackburn isn't stopping there. She's also demanding that the IRS produce all documents related to Epstein and Maxwell's financial dealings, hoping to shed light on the financial networks that may have funded Epstein's activities. If she gets what she's asking for, it could expose a deep, shadowy nexus of financial enablers who may have played a part in sustaining Epstein's empire. During his confirmation hearing, Patel promised Blackburn he'd cooperate in bringing more transparency to the case. But so far, that promise remains just words, with concerns swirling about protecting the privacy of individuals who met Epstein but didn't break the law. The victims' voices, long drowned out by the hum of elite power, are finally echoing through the halls of justice. Senator Blackburn's campaign wasn't just about political clout, it was personal. She made it clear that this was about ending the cycle of human trafficking that Epstein's network thrived on. And her unwavering dedication, paired with Bondi's fiery pursuit of truth, created an unstoppable force that even the FBI couldn't withstand. Now that the released list is a watered-down version of the truth, with the most damning names conveniently redacted, it reconfirms the idea that the FBI might be withholding evidence. What's in the hidden files? How many more high-profile names could be implicated? Why would the FBI keep these files under wraps, and who benefits from that secrecy? What is the FBI hiding? The legal storm surrounding Jeffrey Epstein and the FBI has taken an even darker turn as alleged victims step up to hold the FBI accountable in a lawsuit that could forever alter the public's view of the agency's role in this scandal. The plaintiffs, known as the Jane Does, accuse the FBI of gross negligence, claiming that despite ample evidence of Epstein's criminal activities, the agency failed to intervene in time to stop his reign of terror. This move has triggered waves of outrage and reignited public debates over the FBI's conduct during its investigation into Epstein's trafficking ring. The lawsuit, filed in New York, is groundbreaking, not just for its content, but for the sheer audacity of the plaintiffs in suing one of the most powerful institutions in the world. The Jane Does, who have been subjected to unimaginable abuse, argue that the FBI's inaction allowed Epstein's trafficking operation to thrive and continue for years, victimizing young women and children. Now, these survivors are demanding justice, both in the form of financial compensation and a full public reckoning. They are calling for the unsealing of crucial FBI documents related to Epstein's case, documents they believe will expose the full extent of the agency's negligence. Attorneys Jennifer Plotkin and Nathan Werksman are leading the charge, positioning the lawsuit as not just a claim for damages, but a vital step in uncovering the truth. They argue that the FBI had multiple opportunities to shut down Epstein's operation, but failed to act on tips, evidence, and reports that would have put an end to his empire of abuse. David Bowditch, the FBI's acting deputy director at the time, admitted that the agency could have done more. While he conceded that no one can know for certain whether more action would have prevented Epstein's atrocities, he acknowledged the agency's failure to take more decisive steps. It is even more suspicious given how Dome documents from 18 years ago unveiled by Judge Luis Delgado reveal prosecutors knew of accusations against Epstein beforehand. The timeline of events surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein case is a chilling narrative that has captivated and horrified the public. It all began in 2005, when the initial investigation into Epstein's activities was launched. This investigation was prompted by disturbing allegations of sex trafficking and rape, leading to the involvement of law enforcement and the eventual grand jury proceedings in 2006. The grand jury transcripts, recently unveiled by Palm Beach County Circuit Judge Luis Delgado, provide a detailed account of these early proceedings. These documents, kept under wraps for 18 years, reveal that prosecutors were aware of the serious accusations against Epstein long before he received his controversial plea deal. The transcripts paint a grim picture of the events that unfolded during this time. Two victims provided crucial testimonies during the grand jury proceedings. One victim, who was just 14 years old at the time, recounted how Epstein molested her. Her testimony highlighted the predatory nature of Epstein's actions and the vulnerability of his young victims. The second victim shared an equally harrowing account, describing how she was raped by Epstein the day before her 18th birthday.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Sometimes this get to me, man. This R word. That R word is like, dude, how can you do that to an innocent little girl, a little boy, a person? How can you take advantage of somebody? Period. I don't care if it don't even have to be with the S. Sexual. It could be just taking advantage of somebody's car or somebody's equipment. Lord, help us, man. Help us to be better toward each other.
Testimonies were pivotal in shedding light on the extent of Epstein's misconduct. A detective involved in the case provided further insight into Epstein's operations. He testified that victims were not only paid for the sex acts, but were also encouraged to recruit other underage girls. The chilling directive given to these victims was, "the younger, the better," underscoring the predatory and systematic nature of Epstein's actions. This testimony was a critical component of the grand jury proceedings, revealing the calculated and exploitative tactics employed by Epstein. Despite the gravity of these revelations, the outcome of the grand jury proceedings was far from what many had hoped for. In 2008, Epstein managed to secure a plea deal with prosecutors, a decision that has since been met with widespread outrage and criticism. This deal resulted in Epstein serving only 13 months in jail as part of a work release program. Additionally, he was required to register as a sex offender. The leniency of this deal, given the severity of the accusations, has been a source of ongoing controversy. The prosecution prosecution's handling of the 2006 proceedings has also come under scrutiny. During the questioning of the victims, prosecutors asked them to acknowledge their involvement in prostitution with Epstein. Furthermore, they highlighted the victims' past issues, such as drug use and shoplifting. This approach has been criticized for undermining the victims' credibility and minimizing the seriousness of Epstein's actions. It has raised questions about the motivations and priorities of the prosecution at the time. The grand jury transcripts reveal a long-standing awareness of Epstein's problematic conduct, yet little was done to stop him. Jessica Levinson, a CBS News legal contributor, emphasized that people knew about Epstein's actions for a long time, but the response was inadequate. This negligence allowed Epstein to continue his predatory behavior for years, culminating in his arrest in 2019 on federal charges for sex trafficking dozens of underage girls. The intrigue surrounding his case deepened after FBI agents raided his opulent Manhattan mansion, where they made an unsettling discovery. During the raid, agents uncovered a collection of items that seemed to point to a blackmail operation: CDs, hard drives, passports, money, diamonds, and jewelry. These items...
And you want to know where Puffy get all this at? The idea. Yeah, I'm gonna blackmail you, dog. You got a lot of money and you want to keep what you did on my island a secret. I got the tape.
Held the keys to unraveling Epstein's entire criminal empire. But since then, the contents of those hard drives have remained a tightly kept secret, fueling suspicions that the FBI is deliberately withholding information. These items, once revealed to the public, were expected to be a treasure trove of explosive information, potentially implicating some of the world's most powerful individuals. Yet, the FBI's handling of this evidence has been marked by an unsettling secrecy, leading to rampant speculation over what might be hidden within those hard drives and what the diamonds might signify. Among these items were binders filled with CDs, reportedly containing explicit photos of underage girls, potentially implicating some of the world's most powerful figures. This discovery seemed to suggest that Epstein had built a dangerous web of blackmail, using the compromising materials to control and manipulate those around him. But the plot took a strange turn during Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, when FBI Special Agent 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 testified that the agents did not initially have a warrant to seize the evidence. Instead, they photographed the items and planned to return with proper authorization. However, when they did return, the critical evidence was mysteriously gone. The FBI's refusal to disclose the contents of the drives has only fanned the flames of conspiracy, with some alleging that the agency is protecting high-profile individuals who might be named, while others question whether the FBI has another agenda entirely. The reluctance to reveal their contents has fueled growing doubts about the agency's transparency and accountability in the investigation. Then there are the diamonds. The public is left wondering, were these precious stones just part of Epstein's vast fortune, amassed through illicit means, or do they hold a darker, more significant meaning? Then there is Ghislaine Maxwell's little black book. The book is far from your average contact list and is packed with the names of high-powered individuals linked to the investigation of Maxwell and her connection to Jeffrey Epstein. The origins of the book date back to the early 2000s, when it was first leaked to the media. It reportedly contains hundreds of names, celebrities, politicians, business moguls, all of whom might be tied to Epstein's illicit activities. The book's pages read like a who's who of power and privilege, making its contents even more explosive. A source told the Mirror that, whereas Epstein brought the cash, Maxwell brought the contacts. She opened up a world to her then lover he could only have dreamt of. Epstein was socially awkward, some say inept, he didn't mix well, but with Maxwell by his side, she gave him cover and credibility with the rich and famous. The contact book, often described as a who's who of global power players and elite figures, is a testament to the far-reaching influence of Jeffrey Epstein and his ability to ingratiate himself with some of the world's most prominent individuals. Among the names listed was Prince Andrew, whose connection to Epstein was highlighted during Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. His name was frequently mentioned in relation to the infamous Lolita Express, Epstein's private jet, which was often used to ferry high-profile figures to exclusive destinations. The trial also revealed that other big names had crossed paths with Epstein, with former US Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump both appearing as passengers on the jet. Epstein's death in prison before facing trial was ruled a suicide, leaving many questions unanswered and victims without closure. The circumstances surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's death continue to provoke suspicion and intrigue, particularly due to the disappearance of crucial surveillance footage from the Metropolitan Correctional Center. This footage, which was meant to capture events outside Epstein's cell during his first suicide attempt in July 2019, was expected to provide key insights into the moment moments leading up to his death. However, prosecutors revealed that the wrong video was preserved, footage from a different tier of the facility, due to a data entry error. This blunder has fueled rampant conspiracy theories, raising doubts about whether this was simply an honest mistake or part of a deliberate effort to conceal vital information. The video request came from Nicholas Tartaglione, Epstein's former cellmate, who had been accused of involvement in Epstein's suicide attempt. Tartaglione's attorney argued that the footage could clear his client by showing that he had tried to save Epstein. However, the revelation of the wrong footage being preserved left many questioning the integrity of the entire investigation. Was this an unfortunate error, or was there something more sinister at play? Adding to the complexity of the situation, the backup system that was supposed to store all video from the special housing unit where Epstein was held also malfunctioned. The FBI discovered that the footage on this system had been erased, dating back to at least August 2019, coinciding with the time of Epstein's death. Such a
we supposed to buy this. We supposed to buy all this.
Significant and widespread failure seems improbable without some level of intent, further stoking suspicions of foul play. In addition to the issues with the surveillance footage, systemic problems within the MCC were exposed in the aftermath of Epstein's death. Two prison guards, Michael Thomas and Tova Noel, were charged with falsifying records to make it appear as though they had completed the mandatory checks on Epstein in the hours before he was found dead. Instead, they were reportedly spending their time browsing the internet for furniture and sports news, neglecting their responsibilities. This negligence was attributed to the chronic understaffing that plagues the Bureau of Prisons, an issue that has only amplified the sense of failure surrounding Epstein's detention. Union representative Jose Rojas, who represents Federal Bureau of Prisons officers, voiced concerns about the severe staff shortages affecting prisons nationwide, not just in Manhattan. He pointed to this understaffing as a key factor contributing to lapses in security and accountability within the system. The timing of the closure of Epstein's sex trafficking case just weeks after his death also raised alarm bells. The abrupt end to the investigation left many of Epstein's victims without the justice they had sought, and sparked theories that Epstein was silenced to prevent him from revealing compromising information about powerful figures, including Prince Andrew and even President Trump. Taken together, the missing footage, the systemic failures at the MCC, and the swift closure of the case all point to a deep underlying problem. Whether it's a matter of incompetence or intentional concealment, the lack of transparency and accountability continues to fuel suspicions about the true circumstances surrounding Epstein's death. The growing public demand for answers makes it clear that this story is far from over, and the mystery of what really happened to Jeffrey Epstein will likely remain a source of controversy for years to come. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.
Oh my gracious, man. Oh my gracious. Y'all let me know. We're going to do another one. These Epstein thingies, I think.
And the mystery of what really happened to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. I'm going to leave this like this. Dude. I'm going to let y'all know something. Other countries know that Americans are lazy. They don't do their job right. They just go through routines doing their job. And these high-profile people like a Puffy, Epstein in jail, they should have been on their P's and Q's. How can the video, you make these type of mistakes so important? Because it's a cover-up. It's a cover-up. And I don't think this guy, just like Puffy and everybody else, I don't think they were off themselves. What I think is, I think somebody high up, higher than Donald Trump, or somebody was on them flights. They may have not have done anything, but Epstein was blackmailing people, and I think Puffy was blackmailing people. And dude, trust me, if you got a fetish that you want to have a fantasy, this is Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island, man, that's what it is. Real life Fantasy Island. So what happened was, people got so deep, and they didn't realize that, man, this ain't gonna cost me $5 million. It's gonna cost me $5 million every year, because he got them tapes on me. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Think about it, man. You better think twice if you're gonna do something you had no business doing. I'd rather If I have a fantasy with somebody, pay them $2 million, have my fantasy, and it's just between me and her, in my case, and I'm out of there. You know, it ain't funny, man. It ain't funny. I'm sorry, but yo, y'all let me know in the comments. I cannot believe this. These, if you 18 years or under, does that mean something? Teach them about the younger the better. The names, man, the names that's on this list, we are waiting for that to come out. So, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.